Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality.
Hey everybody! Look, we all love us some Smash Bros, and today we will talk about the greatest stages in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This list is based off of how cool or interesting the stage is. These stages may not be all that fun to play on, it's the design and how it looks is what is being covered. I won't be counting any of the melee stages that return for this game, that game will be covered next month. Thank you Vector Star Productions for the brilliant introduction. And without further ado, let's go! The Ice Climber stage in Melee was awful. It's one of those stupid scroll up and down stages. They're about as much fun as scrolling up and down on a computer. Thankfully, the Ice Climber stage in Brawl is a huge improvement. You are basically fighting on a huge chunk of ice, which goes on quite the adventure. At first, the ice doesn't do anything, but then all of a sudden, you're flying down a huge hill. While it makes sense that the light gravity is turned on at this point, I must ask, how are the characters keeping up with this ice? Everybody should have fallen off and be behind the ice by now. Oh well, I mean that's just video game logic for you. So eventually, you get to the bottom of this hill, and the block of ice is partially sunken into the water. Huh. I just noticed how this stage is mimicking what's happening to our ice glaciers in real life. They're breaking apart due to global warming and then sliding themselves into the water to melt, therefore raising our overall water level. While that's a real-life danger, there are even more dangers in this game. If you leave yourself in the water section for too long, this enormous fish will swoop out of the water and eat you, killing you instantly. A fun fact to note, this fish is from the NES classic Balloon Fighter. I wonder why he's blended in with an Ice Climber stage though. Each installment of Smash Bros. Brings a crazier and crazier Metroid stage. The N64 version had lava rise up and down the stage. The Melee version had the same thing, but the entire stage could split in half. And then we get to Brawl's version. Oh, mama! We have lava rising up and down the stage, lava coming in from the sides, random sprays of lava shooting from the background, and a huge lava wave so big that you have to go into a separate room just to avoid it. There's just a little too much going on for this stage to be very playable, but the insane amount of things going on is just too awesome to not be mentioned on this top 10.
Number 8.
Nintendo sure went far out in Brawl looking for games to make stages with. They somehow did it with the DS game Electro Plankton. Look, this stage sucks and we all know it. But no matter how bad it is to play on, you just can't beat the art style. It's flat out gorgeous to look at, and everything is in 2D just like in the Flat Zone stages. The platforms will not only move when hit, but also change color. If you change all the leaves to red, a flower will sprout. While that could never happen in a normal 4-player match, it is a neat little thing that they added. The water effects are so simple that they're just dazzling to observe. You can't swim in this water, but the way the water moves when something hits it is very different compared to anything else seen in this game. All of the colors just really pop out for this stage. It feels out of place, and I like it for that reason. And when I say I like it, I mean just looking at the stage. I would be willing to eat my own fingers so I don't have to play it. You know, if I have no fingers, I can't hold the controller. Where do I come up with this crap?
Number 7.
Spear Pilar is another stage that looks really basic, but the stuff that happens is just insane. Platforms will be obliterated by legendary Pokemon attacks. The controls will sometimes get reversed. The stage can be rotated slightly, or even flipped upside down. Sometimes the hyper beams will shoot through an entire half of the stage and make it very easy to die. This stage is a madhouse. There are no spots where you can just camp and hide the entire time. There will always be a hazard happening somewhere at any point in time. And let's not forget how awesome the music selection is. Every piece fits and flows with this stage perfectly. I almost wish they took out Pokemon Stadium 2 and spent more time on this stage, because Pokemon Stadium 2 is just awful. They could have added elements like the stage platforms curving slightly, extra platforms appearing, or maybe the stage could have automatically scrolled to another stage with a different design of platforms. But hey, it's awesome as it is. Beggars can't be choosers, right?
Number 6.
Everybody loves Mario Kart, so why not make it a freaking stage in Smash Bros? While the overall layout is pretty simple, that doesn't mean the race comes to a halt. Instead of the usual Mario cast driving the cars around, we have a large amount of Shy Guys that will drive through the stage every once in a while, which makes a nod to Mario Kart DS. I wonder, is this stage an actual course from an older Mario Kart game remade, or is this one that they'll make in the future? It does look a little familiar, but leave a comment if this stage is a replica of a previous Mario Kart game. Now if only they added Rainbow Road to the next Smash. Oh my god, they did! And it's a Mario Kart 7 variation? Pinch me, I must be dreaming. Ow, that hurt.
Number 5.
This was probably one of the most requested stages for Brawl, and boy was it a surprise that we got it. It's disappointing that the stage scrolls way too fast to be fun to play on, but hey, that doesn't change the fact that we're playing Smash Bros. On the world's most well-known video game level, World 1-1 from Super Mario Bros. Even better, sometimes we get to play on the world's second most well-known video game level, World 1-2 from Super Mario Bros. It's too bad we can't take the warp zones in World 1-2 to travel to a different world, but that's asking for a bit much. While I would have preferred that they used the classic 8-bit art style, I do like the desert feel they gave the graphics. Everything felt really alive, even the blocks felt alive.
Number 4.
Speaking of well-known locales, Super Mario Sunshine makes a big impact in Smash because we can fight pretty much everywhere in Delfino Plaza. The stage travels to different areas of the island, and it looks as good as it did on the GameCube. I love how even the platforms we travel on look exactly like the ones in Sunshine's stage, Rico Harbor. Very good touch, Nintendo. There's not much else to say about this stage. It speaks for itself. Now, how about a sequel to this game, Nintendo? Eh? Is that too much to ask for? Okay, I'll take an HD remake. Come on, make it happen.
Number 3.
And here we have a stage that breaks into pieces like Skyworld. Luigis Mansion is one large and crazy place. You can destroy entire rooms with your bare fists, and ultimately destroy the entire house. The house magically comes back together after being demolished, and it's pretty cool spectating that while fighting. What I really like about this place is that both of the Tetris theme songs play on this stage. Not only is it awesome that the theme song is in the game, but the remix fits the stage perfectly. I wonder if Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon has this remix now because of Smash Bros. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute! I got this game for Christmas! I'll have to play and find out! Okay, that's enough.
Number 2.
For everyone that's played WarioWare, you all know how fun it is. The micro games are so simple, but when played at such fast speeds, it makes for a fun party game. So what happens when this concept is turned into a stage? Well, pretty much nothing new actually. You play the stage and have to perform certain actions when micro games pop up, just like in the game. That in itself leaves us with the second coolest stage in the game. I can't believe they made this concept work. It's brilliant, and the stage is also really enjoyable to play on. So with a stage this awesome, could anything else top it? Well, I believe there is one stage that is better. Let's find out what that is.
And now the number 1 coolest Brawl stage is...
Pictochat wasn't used very often on the original Nintendo DS. I used it like, once? I've actually got a funny story to tell you all. Okay, so one day, me and my friend were sending random pictures back and forth, and on this day, my friend drew the head of a penis, sent it to me, and continued to extend its length by sending multiple pictures. It was funny when I was 12, and still pretty funny remembering this at 20. Anyway, now, while penises don't show up on this stage, there are several other pictures that do. We see wind drawn, and it becomes windy. Spikes are drawn on the sides and actually cause damage. Random cubes are drawn and are used as platforms. You never know what this stage will throw at you, because Pictochat allowed total freedom of what you could draw. That's why this stage is my number 1 choice. You can't get cooler than a stage based off an application that pushes creativity. So, what did you guys think of my choices? Was I accurate or not? What's your favorite stage in Super Smash Bros. Brawl? Leave me a comment and let me know. I'll reply to as many of you as I can. Next month will be a very similar top 10, so I hope you all are looking forward to that. I wish you all a wonderful day, and thank you so much for your support and watching.